Dodge is a full-time professional speaker, author, business coach, and radio personality. Bryan is possibly one of the busiest communicators in America, being a popular choice for corporate events and conventions across the United States and Canada. Please join me in a warm welcome for your man, and you will likely remember Bryan Dodge.
Well, here's what I know. Just left Anchorage, flew from Anchorage to Seattle, Seattle to Dallas, Dallas to Madison, Madison to Dallas, Dallas to Austin, and now I leave this afternoon to go to Detroit. I do over 200 appearances a year. I'm never in a hotel room more than 41 nights, and that's why I've been married for 35 years. But I just came here for one major reason. Many of you don't know who I am, but I'm now going to explain why I showed up. I came here today to thank all of you for what you do during those times in one's life. That it's not about closure. It's about transformation, because the relationship will never leave. And I come to thank you for that. And how I'm going to thank you is give you some good advice. But here's what I'm going to ask you to do. The one thing we all have in common, and that is our time is the greatest asset we have. Say true. That sucked. Let's try that again. Say true. So being respectful of your time, I'm going to cover the mother load. So buckle up, get ready to fly. But you know what the biggest problem you all have? Say what? You say yes to the business, yes to the business, yes to the business, yes to the business, yes to the family, yes to the kids. At the end of the day, you're tapped. You got no time, no energy. Who do you end up saying no to? Be honest. Who said your husband? Ha, that's wrong. I'm totally against that concept. What I'm asking you to do is be selfish. I've only got a small window to hopefully give you a lot. So here's what I want to do is introduce the enemies that are coming at you to take away the purpose in which you were called to this industry. This industry is not a job. It is a calling. Say true. And they're coming hard. So I'm now going to expose them. Because the one thing I learned about the military and army is the enemy hates to be exposed. Enemy number one is. So I just exposed the enemies. Now let's talk about how do you beat them. And it's called a mindset. EAT. Somebody going, food. I love this guy. No, not food. It's a philosophy. E in the word eat stands for being eager learner. Don't care how long you've been in the business. You got to keep reaching out for information. Do you know I can sit down with you for 10 or 15 minutes and tell you how open your mind is? Do you know how come? One word. If it's in your vocabulary, you're very open-minded. If it's not, you're not. And I hate to break the news to you, but statistically proven, 80% of you in this room have lost a word. Let's see if you can figure out which word I'm talking about. Who in this room has kids? Okay? How many kids you got? 4? You the man. I've only got 3. Dang, I got to get home. Hey, I got a question to ask you. Who in this room has kids that are still at home? I have good news for you. They say when the kids leave the house, there's this light at the end of the tunnel and it's a train. No, it's heaven. Hey, who in this room has joined my group called being a grandparent? Is it awesome or what? My daughter had twins, Luke and Levi. I call them mac and cheese. I give them Red Bull, send them home. She says they won't sleep. Neither did you. Payback's hell. All I know is one thing. I can sit down with you. You take a child between ages 3 and 5, and let's not forget something. We learn everything we need to know about personal development between ages 3 and 5. You take one word out of that child's vocabulary, which is called no, which could be an exciting thought. Say true. If you took that word out, what's one other word they use a ton other than no at that age? Ha! You even had the tonality down, did you hear? She goes, why? You know what I'm talking about. Mom, why got a refrigerator? Keep food cold. Why want to keep food cold? So go bad. Why don't you go bad? So get sick. Why sick? You know, they go on and on and on. You almost want to smack them. For the next 24 to 48 hours, see how often you use it. You know what you're going to find? You've lost it. Do you know why? Everybody say why. Number one reason is you get to a certain age you think you should know. Please don't get there. We're in the information age. More information came in last night and you could even learn today. And the second one's killing you, so stop it. You get around your peers, you don't want them to know that what? That you don't know. Now you want to know the truth? Please say yes. If you don't know, they don't either. So what do we have? We have two people talking about something that neither one knows anything about. And only in America can one still advance. There's a lot of success sitting in this room. Say true. As you become more successful in life, does negativity / challenges increase or does it decrease? Increases every time, so be careful what you ask for. That's as simple as what? Two people getting married. They decide to get married. Perfect communicational skills. Perfect financial skills. Perfectly hypothetical here. Say true. I've been married 35 years. No such thing. Then they look at each other and say what? Oh, let's keep things just the way it is, but let's have children. Hello, McFly, that ain't going to happen. Well, let me tell you something. There's a price to pay for them kids. Say true. No, I'm here to remind you something right now. You might have forgotten. There's a price to pay for happiness, too. Thank you very much. There's a price to pay for sadness. There's a price to pay for success, and there's a price to pay for failure. Why they've worked so hard to put this on for you today is to remind you to pick the right price. It's your life, your choice, and it matters more today than ever. Why is our life crossing? Because it was supposed to today. Now, I'm going to say something from the deepest part of my heart. If you're not happy for any reason whatsoever, you change it before you leave this room. You know why? Because life is too short not to be happy. I've never met anybody in the last few days of their life that ever said, God, I wish I'd have been more grumpy. So stop it. And by the way, if you're not happy, do us all a favor, would you? Don't tell anybody. Do you know why? You guys are doing good. Over here, you're out of the game. You know why? Because 80% of the people that you tell that you're not happy are actually happy to hear you're not happy. What are you pumping up their day for? And the other 20% really don't what? Care. Whose responsibility in life is to make you happy? Darn right. And here I'm going to share something. I didn't come here for you either. So get over it. You got to see the look on your face. You're going, dude, whatever you're drinking, cut back. I came here for all the people dependent on you. Everybody look up. There are things in your life that has to be changed, and you have 48 hours to do it in. Because it's called the truth of diminishing intent. What you don't do within 48 hours will not be done. If you do things that come to your heart within 48 hours, then you beat the enemies at all times. And how do you know what really matters? Follow your heart. Your heart doesn't lie to you, never has, never will. I said I didn't come here just for you at your business. I came here for you, for your business, and for your home. And I leave you with my favorite 3 words, and I'm done. I'm sorry. I so don't want to be. But here's what I will say. If there's anything I can do for you in the future, please just go to BryanDodge.com. You can find me. It's not that hard. And ask. And I'll do everything I can to help you. That's all I say today, but I leave you with my favorite 3 words. These favorite 3 words have got Margaret and I invited to the Masters for 4 years. The manager called up and said, how would you and Margaret like to come to the Masters? I said, well, we'd love to. We don't know where to stay. You'll stay with us, and you can come in and have lunch at the club, and we'll introduce you to players. Now, anybody who knows Augusta knows you don't buy your way into that. You get asked into that. I asked him, I said, why are you asking me? You could ask anybody that question. He said, not anybody helped me with my marriage as much as you. When I went to his house, above the front door, my favorite 3 words, he had them engraved in a wooden plank. I stood there for 30 minutes. My wife finally says, don't you think we ought to knock? I was frozen. Sometimes in life, it's a great gift to be frozen for right reasons. And here are my favorite 3 words. Bring energy home. Don't go home without it. Don't go home and say you're tapped. Don't go home and say I've used it all up, got nothing left for you. And don't go home and say give me a cold beer, turn on the TV, and shut up. Do you know why? Because you can get fired at home. My wife, 2:30 in the afternoon, she's exhausted. I said, babe, go to bed. I'll feed horses, feed dogs, I'll pick up Zach. Then the phone rings. Are you with me? She answers the phone. Hi, this is Margaret Dodge. Yeah. Oh, that meeting? I forgot all about that meeting. I'm looking forward to that meeting. I'm excited about that meeting. And I'm looking at her going, you the same girl I was just talking to 30 seconds ago? So the first thing popped up was anger. I said, no, I'm better than this. All I'm going to do is pause and get creative. So I got creative. Got in my truck, drove around the kitchen window. I waited for her to hang up the phone. As soon as she hung up the phone, I called her on the cell phone. I said, hey, babe, it's me. She goes, what are you doing? I said, I don't know, but you seem to be different on the phone. Knocked that one out of the ballpark, didn't I, guys? All the energy for people who hardly know your name. And you don't have the energy for the people that gave their life to you. I ask you, bring the energy to the family. And the family will again give you the purpose in which you've been given to fulfill in your life. Thank you for your time. Goodbye, everybody.